A shocker across the pond. The UK has voted to leave the European Union.
The shockwaves are being felt around the world. Markets are down. Here in the United States, the Dow lost 611 points today, about 3.4% of its value. And Britain's top politician is resigning. Prime Minister David Cameron, who pushed to stay in the European Union, says he will resign in October.
The vote in Great Britain to leave the European Union may seem far removed from everyday life here in the U.S., but don't be fooled.
Scott Logan looks at three ways it will impact our lives, for better or worse. He's live in Boise.
And I also spoke with a native of York, England, who lives here in Boise, and she believes that Brexit is best for Britain. As her daughter hoists the Union Jack, Hannah Lines, an English citizen who lives in Boise, says she's pleased the UK voted to leave the EU.
I was for them leaving the EU because I think that England or Britain can do it themselves. They've been a country without being part of the EU for years, and if they go back to being on their own, I think they can do it. I think they just need to rely on their own resources.
Hannah also thinks it's wise for Prime Minister David Cameron, who wanted to stay in the European Union, to step down, and she's excited to see what comes next. But uncertainty about the future is rolling across the Atlantic, shaking up Wall Street and plunging stock prices, which means your 401k will decrease in value, but only temporarily, says Boise State economics professor Don Hawley.
Stocks have taken quite a hit today, 2 or 3% across the board. And but when things settle down, they'll come back.
Analysts also say mortgage rates will drop short term as investors seek the safe haven of U.S. Treasuries and gold. And there couldn't be a better time to take that European vacation. With the pound and the euro taking a pounding, the American dollar will take you a long way on the exchange rate. And Professor Hawley thinks what we're seeing in the financial markets right now is a lot of overreaction, and he thinks all of this hubbub will die down in 6 months to a year. Now, this process of the UK leaving the EU could take a couple of years. It's not just going to happen overnight. Live in Boise, Scott Logan, KBOI 2 News.